Do you often find yourself stuck in a situation where you want to make a decision but you actually can't? You are stuck in optimizing the decision but you are not doing anything about it. If so, then reversible decision making is a framework that will definitely help you. This framework is used to strategically remove indecision whenever you have an action bias. So decision making alone is not our goal. Optimal decision making combined with speed is. And to improve this second portion, speed, we must understand the mental model of distinguishing between reversible and irreversible decisions. In high pressure professional environments, we often treat every decision as if it were a life or death situation. We apply the same level of rigorous analysis to choosing a software vendor as we do to selecting a lead drug candidate for a phase 3 trial. This leads to analysis paralysis and a massive loss of organizational speed. So reversible decision making is a model that categorizes choices into two types. The first, these are irreversible or nearly irreversible ones. Once you walk through, you can't go back. If you don't like what you see on the other side, the cost of return can be catastrophic. The other types of decisions are the reversible decisions. These are changeable. If the decision proves suboptimal, you can simply reopen the door and walk back through. The core principle of this mental model is simple. Identify the type of door before you decide how much time to spend on the decision. The reason this model is a game changer for your career is that decision velocity is a competitive advantage. For the irreversible decisions, you should be slow. The cost of being wrong is higher than the cost of a delay. However, most decisions in business and life are type 2, reversible ones. When you treat a reversible decision like an irreversible one, you waste valuable resources, kill innovation, and let opportunities slip by while you wait for perfect information. By learning to recognize a two-way door, you give yourself permission to move fast, experiment, and fail small. You stop trying to be right every time and start focusing on being right eventually through iteration. Imagine a biotech startup deciding on its manufacturing strategy. So investing, let's say $50 million to build a proprietary specialized manufacturing plant for a single biologics candidate. If the drug fails in phase 3, that capital is largely sunk and the facility is just a white elephant. However, utilizing a contract development and manufacturing organization for that initial launch, it could be helpful. Although the per unit cost might be higher, you can still pivot, scale down, or switch providers if the clinical data changes later. That's a reversible decision that allows you to get to market faster without betting the entire company on a single asset. If you are a student or an early career professional, deciding on a career track can feel paralyzing. For example, taking out a massive non-dischargeable loan for a highly specialized 4-year PhD in a field that is rapidly being automated, this is an example of an irreversible decision. But choosing between a residency, a fellowship, or an entry-level role, that can be a reversible option. Many professionals fear that picking the wrong one will ruin their career, but in reality, these are two-way doors. A year in medical affairs provides transferable skills for business development. A year in community pharmacy builds clinical foundations for regulatory affairs. So if you try a role and did not like it, you haven't failed. You've just gathered high-quality data to inform your next move through the door. And in reality, most of the locked doors in career or business are actually unlocked and swinging in both directions. Your goal is to eliminate risk. It's to manage the speed of your risk taking. And that's the iterative mindset that you should have. Make a high judgment call, gather experience and information through that, and then make amendments to your decision and repeat until you eventually make a right decision. Don't aim to be right every time. Focus on being right eventually through iteration. So before you start another spreadsheet or schedule another meeting, ask yourself this question. Is this a one-way door or a two-way door? If it's a two-way door, stop overthinking, make a high judgment call, and just walk through. You can always walk back.